We'll hear from him a bit later, actually. But Ollie there, he's been quite realistic, isn't he? He's saying what you want to hear as a Man United fan. This game isn't over. We won't give up, fighting right to the end. But realistic as well, that he knows he's got a big injury list to contend with, plus the suspension of Paul Pogba. He confirmed that Alexis Sanchez will be out for 4 to 6 weeks. So that's a blow for both him and the club. In fact, this is the injury he picked up in that win against Southampton. So Ollie's just being quite straightforward and honest with us as usual there.
Yeah, I think Alexis here just dangles his leg, and I think it's more, I think, ligaments, you know, and I think that would probably be confirmed, but it's a long time. He must have opened them ligaments up quite a lot, but he's got those injuries. Listen, I think you can see there he's saying that he's opened his knee up.
Yeah.
But I think that you have to accept them. You know, you're going to get them. He must have ran over a black cat, mustn't he? You know, Alexis Sanchez. But he's just got to accept that. He knows what he's got to work with. Listen, the tie isn't over. We know that. You know,
yeah.
But as I said before, the manager came on. That first goal is pivotal to the tie. And he believes that as well. If we get it, we've got a great chance. If they get it, it might be a totally different story. But you know, some young players in the squad that might even get a chance. You never know, because he might just have one eye on weekend against Arsenal. You just don't know. I know that he's saying that is the way it's going to be. It's going to be, you know, one game at a time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'll be thinking about it.
Well, there is the travelling squad, and you can see a number of young players in amongst that group. Ollie was asked about Brandon Williams. Of course, regular viewers on MUTV will know about our young full-back there. Has done really well as captain the 18s as well. He's a leader at that level, and he loves to tackle, doesn't he? Great getting forward as well, Brandon. But then other youngsters include Tahith Chong, of course, who got that brief cameo at the end of the game at the weekend against Saints, didn't he? And Mason Greenwood, now he's over his injury, and he would have been involved in first team scores earlier had it not been for injuries. He's been unlucky at timing a couple of little injuries, little niggles he's picked up. So could we see Mason Greenwood on the pitch again? If you watch MUTV's coverage of the 18s and the 23s, you'll certainly have seen a lot of that young man. So an exciting time, Andy, for all United fans, including the biggest United fan of all, the great Sir Alex Ferguson, who's travelled with the group. But all those young players are in that travelling party. Whether they get on the pitch or not, what an experience to travel with
it's
the
great.
first team.
It's great. I did it at a very young age. I actually made my first team debut, which was only in a testimonial game, but at the Parc des Princes against Saint Etienne, and I got 15 minutes, and it was just, you know, you just don't know what's going around your head at the time. Yeah. It's fantastic, you know, and to go away with the lads and be involved and on the and travelling and on the coach and getting involved in, you know, just getting into your rooms in the hotel. It's great for these young players to be able to do that and learn as well from the senior players and how to conduct yourself.
Yeah,
Mason there and
Brandon next to him.
He's got a great future for me. I think Mason Greenwood. From what I've seen of him, he is one of the most natural goal scorers I've seen at the club for a long time as a youngster. And obviously, Diogo, I think, might start the same way we finished at the weekend, maybe. Yeah. So he's still got options.
Marcus Rocco there is fit again.
Yeah,
you know, back in the squad. Rocco could get a game.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Don't know how Ollie will think about it.
So it's going to be interesting to see the lineup, but he knows he's got a lot of working out to do in between them getting there and obviously going to the game tomorrow night. Yeah, Victor was obviously in that press conference too. He was asked about how to deal with Mbappe's pace. We saw it first time. It's unfortunate that he scored one of the 2 goals, but it was great to see a player of that ilk in the flesh, and his speed when I think he burst down the touchline past that man Luke Shaw on one occasion. It was ridiculous. Pace. The goal that he scored was all down to his pace. Yeah, because he burst through the middle, and I've got to say, I thought that Victor and Eric were a little bit naive in the way that they defended it. That if they'd have looked round, they might have been able to just block him off. But his pace to get there in between the two of them and get before the two of them to score the goal was electric, like you say. And it's great to see a player like that. He is going to be one of the world greats.
Oh, definitely.
And he will take some stopping. And he'd probably be the one up there on his own again, because I think Cavani's injured. And obviously you've got Neymar that's out for quite some time yet. So it's a really interesting game. It's going to be fantastic to watch.
Yeah, French media have got their predicted team. They've gone with Draxler behind Mbappe, then Dani Alves on the right, and Di Maria on the left. So Cavani is back in training with PSG, but probably will be on the bench. OK, let's get some more reaction from out in Paris. They're at the Parc de France, actually. Wes Brown is with Stuart.
All quiet for now in the Parc de France. You imagine what it's going to be like in here on Wednesday night. 47,000 arena, quite a tight arena.
Say again?
It is going to be packed for this Champions League last 16 second leg tie. Wes Brown, who 20 years ago was part of the United side that constantly performed miracles, we're going to need it again, aren't we?
And it can happen. You know, it's going to be a very tough game. I believe in the lads. You know, we've got a lot of injuries, but like we said, it could end up being a special night.
You mentioned the injuries there. 10 senior players out injured, a lot of kids here, but this maybe could be the making of them.
That's what I mean. I mean, you know, they're going to get the chance now, and if they can make it special, you know, tomorrow night, you know, many things can come from that. But first of all, we have to, you know, all be up for it. And I mean, we're all excited. I'm sure they are as well. And if the kids do, a lot of them do start, you know, if they can grab it with both feet, I mean, it could turn out to be a great night.
We know that history is against Manchester United. If you lose the first leg 2-0 at home, then you know it's, in Champions League terms, virtually impossible to turn it around. But under Ollie, all things seem possible.
You honestly never know. I mean, Ollie's coming in, it's been absolutely fantastic for the whole club. The players have reacted, you know, the fans, I mean, all the staff in general. And, you know, if a miracle can happen tomorrow, you know, it wouldn't surprise anyone at the moment. It is going to be very difficult, you know, 2-0 down away from home. But again, I believe, as long as the lads believe, the fans, you know, the away fans get behind the boys. Like I said, anything can happen. And if we can, you know, get that first goal, it's going to be a very good game.
Well, is that the key, getting the first goal? Because the atmosphere might change here then, because we know what happened when they were 4 up against Barcelona a couple of years ago. If United score first, it could be interesting.
It will be. I mean, it could change the whole game. You know, we know how confident they are playing here. But if we could get that first goal, I mean, the game's on then. Game on, and you know, if we could keep it that until even the later stages of the game, it's going to be so exciting, and you never know what can happen.
Let's say you're playing centre-back for Manchester United on Wednesday night. How are you going to stop Kylian Mbappe?
Oh, kick him. I'm only joking. No, I mean, he's a great, fantastic player. I mean, he's shown that at Old Trafford. We've seen that, you know, in the World Cup. We've seen him do it often and often, and it's going to be hard, you know, and we don't know who else is back. Cavani will probably be back as well, which makes it double difficult. Yeah, I mean, we have to be up for it. I thought we did well against him, but, you know, when he does spread them legs and he gets going, you know, you can see, you know, what a player he is. And, you know, he's going to get chances, I suppose, but if we can keep him nice and quiet for the majority of the game, and we start to get chances ourselves, yeah, I mean, we could definitely upset him here.
Finally, if United do somehow pull this off, where would that rank in our great history of comebacks in European nights? I
mean, it'll be up there, only because, you know, if we do pull this off, we'll be probably one of the favourites to go on. If we can start getting some of the players back, you know, everyone fully fit, I think people will be scared of playing us then. But like I said, it's going to be difficult. We can get that first goal, we'll start believing, yeah.
Fingers crossed we'll do that. All right, thank you, Wes. Looking forward to it. Some night in prospect here at the Parc de France as PSG face United in the Champions League last 16, second leg.
Yeah, certainly is.